2011 Malibu Wakesetter 23 LSV sitting on a tandem axle Boatmate trailer. This is a recent trade-in. We got it in here. Got service all up to date on it and a handful of other little items. And it's ready to rock. It's white hull and accent with the red main stripe. Has a red illusion tower with two pairs of Titan tower speakers in red as well. Got a set of rotating board racks, factory bimini top, and a tower mounted mirror. Boat is in awesome shape. Outside looks amazing. No fade, no significant signs of wear. We did a full exterior polish just to get some of the light, little surface scratches out of it from, years of use. And it's looking really, really nice. The graphics are in excellent condition. Just a nice looking boat. But sits on, again, a tandem axle Boatmate trailer. Does have the Gator steps and fenders. Has transom tie-down straps. And while we're back here on the transom of the boat, you're going to see we have a power wedge, which came with these from the factory. There's a set of factory underwater lights on either side. Those are just in the clear. And then we have a platform-mounted ladder as well, which is great to have. Also have a transom stereo remote back here. There's also another transom remote on the back seat, which we'll see when we jump inside. But let's walk around the rest of the outside of the boat. These corner vents oftentimes get smacked in, and these are in excellent shape. Those chrome pieces with that 23 logo on the side. Dual fuel caps, fuel fill points on either side, and the chrome cap. Pop-up cleats with the Malibu logos on them. Wakesetter graphic, pretty good shape. You have a little tiny scuff right here. And beyond that, they're really not showing much wear. There is a small scratch down below the S on the starboard side. Well, that's pretty much it on this side. You are going to notice up here, you can probably see it in the video, you can see where some of the IN or registration numbers were left on the boat for God knows how long, and you're going to see a little bit of a halo around where those numbers used to be. If this were my boat, I would slap the new set of numbers right over the top of that and probably never really notice it. But that is there. We polished it. Again, it's not coming out. Underside of the boat looks great. There are some scuffs from boat lift / trailer bunks, so that's where you're going to see a little bit of that black, just some leftover rubber or whatever you want to call it from the boat lift. But nothing into the gel coat. Nav light up front. You do have these air vents up here and that polished chrome. See a little bit of some surface scratches on that, probably just from the cover, but overall looks pretty good. And we got this top deck looking really, really glossy and nice. The guys did a good job. Same thing on this side. You're going to see a very, very light haze from those numbers. Kind of hard to see, but it is there. But overall, that's pretty much it. The outside of the boat looks awesome. 23 LSV is a very spacious boat on the interior. We're about to hop in and check that out. Platform does have this Gator step material on it as well. It's in pretty good shape. There's a couple little nicks and dings here and there, but nothing crazy. I mean, it's almost a 15-year-old boat at this point in time. So it's certainly not perfect, but it has been obviously very well taken care of. Stepping into the interior, big sun pad. A lot of the Malibus didn't have the center walkover. This one does, so that is very, very nice feature to have. So you're not stepping on the vinyl all the time. Condition-wise, there are a few splits, mostly towards the back end of the boat, which we'll detail. But before we do that, just a general overview. We do have kind of an off-white, kind of creamy white seat boxing on here, with a tan seat base that has kind of a charcoal gray textured vinyl around the seat backs and some striping up here as well, and then red piping through the entire interior. So just a nice classic interior scheme going on here, which looks nice. On the sun pads to start, there's a nice little tiny tear here in this corner, and we're starting to get a little bit of seam separation right here on the piping. And as we go over here to the starboard pad, we do have a couple cracks forming in this gray material, textured vinyl. Now, that said, it is a little bit, the vinyl around this edge here where it is splitting is a little hard, but back here it's nice and soft. If I press in here, my finger doesn't indent into the material, move a couple inches away and you can see the difference. So just dried up a little bit along that line. We're going to see similar scenario on these 3 rear seat bases. Before I step in, take a peek here. We do have a pop-up ski pylon that drops in nicely and out of the way when you're not using it. And let's take a peek at these rear seats. So same deal, a couple splits along here in the corner, and then down in between the seats we've got some splits as well. Just a lot of traffic in this area of the boat, so stomping on these corners, these inner parts of the seats begin to split. And then down in between here, same thing. This center seat base has a split along this piece of piping here. That's it though. The rest of this interior is in good shape with no damage or cuts or splits anywhere. It's just these 3 seat bases have a bit of that going on, and then what I showed you up on the sun pad. Let's open up the hatch here, take a peek. It's not much to see because I have the full boat cover in there. The boat cover is in excellent condition. We do have the table laying here in the engine tray. And then underneath, let me move some life jackets real fast. There is a ballast upgrade on this boat. So this has been equipped with the Wakemaker's plug and play ballast upgrade. These are big bags. I failed to look up the total amount of weight that these carry, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's roughly 850, 900 pounds, somewhere in that range. Don't quote me on that. I'll probably have it in the description. But that is piggybacked on top of the hard tank that comes standard with the boat. Beyond that, we have a hard tank in the belly of the boat as well, underneath the floor. I can get to this real fast. Let's see if I can. Get the table out of the way. Trying to do this all with one hand, it can be a challenge. You have this storage tray here, great spot to put your ropes. There is a Monsoon 350 hiding under here. It's a 5.7 liter Inmar, has 606 hours on the clock. Pick up this table and drop her back in. We service the engine. It's got fresh fluids, filters, and impeller. And it runs great. Wraparound seating, there's storage underneath all the way around. There's like a built-in cooler with a drain. And fiberglass line storage all the way into the back. The carpet is in good shape. It is snap-in carpet, so if you ever wanted to upgrade this to like a C-deck flooring or something, it would be pretty easy to do. More storage under this side. There's the mount for the table, which goes into the center mount on the floor if you want to use it. I talked about these speakers. There's a better look. Just the standard stereo on this boat, or the original stereo on this boat, I should say. Comes with Rockford Fosgate interior speakers, so there's 6 of these 6.5-inch speakers. Underneath you have a 12-inch sub at the driver's feet, and then 2 more speakers up front to kind of finish off the stereo in this boat. It has a Rockford Fosgate stereo control on the left side of the helm. Underneath there's a trash can and dual battery setup with your battery switch. A little bit of storage in there, but there's a lot of equipment. 3 amps mounted in the back and so on. So not a ton of room for gear back there, but there's some. Glove box opens up. Just a storage tray in here. You have some hookups for music, so there's an aux and USB in there as well. Love seats in excellent shape. Both of these side seats, great shape. The boat also has a heater, so you have a heater hose outlet there, and then there's two at the driver's feet just above the subwoofer, and also fire extinguisher. Driver's seat's in great shape. It does slide, swivel, and has a bolster. Come over to the screen here. Left side we have air and lake temp and the depth meter. There is a little bit of, you can see these surface cracks on the lens on that left side. Right side looks good. You can see that hour meter, voltage, oil pressure, all that. It does have the center screen with the push button controls. You have some rider presets in here. You can do the stereo and so on. You have gauges on here as well. Pretty old school, but it's simple and easy to use. Down here on the right side, this screen has been recently replaced, as recent as this past year, I believe. These screens are known to delaminate and get a little bit of water around the edge, and they just stop, the buttons around the edges just stop working. So this has a brand new screen in it. This is where you can do all your lighting and your ballast fill and drain here as well. So, I'm sorry, I was talking about ballast earlier. I don't recall. Let me take a peek here. Yes, this does have the bow ballast tank on it as well. So I was thinking it only had the belly, but underneath all the seats here is another fourth ballast tank from the factory. So you have 4 ballast locations, and then these 2 rear ones are going to fill the bags that are optioned on in that Wake Maker's kit. But yeah, that's your helm. Get out on the water, test drives, and get some running footage of this thing. The bow, the seats look excellent. Lots of space. You're gonna see one tiny hole right here. Pretty small, as you can see. A little hole punch right there. Close the windshield down here. Take one last peek through this interior. If you have any questions about this 23 LSV, let us know. It's set up and ready to rip, especially with that ballast upgrade. This thing's gonna surf great. It's a great wakeboard boat. Honestly, for a 23-foot ski boat, it's gonna throw a pretty good ski wake as well. So, really, really nice setup we have here at the shop. Hit us up at In3 Boatworks if you have any questions. Our phone number is 317-845-9253, and thanks for watching.